Tottenham manager Nuno Espirito Santo wants Southampton striker Danny Ings to partner Harry Kane in attack next season, according to reports. The Portuguese boss was appointed to replace Jose Mourinho earlier this month and will be looking to prepare in the best possible way for a renewed top 4 challenge ahead of the new campaign. Spurs failed to impress last time around, eventually slumping to a 7th-placed finish in the Premier League table after initially making a strong start to proceedings. Mourinho paid with his job in April before Ian Mason assumed temporary charge, with the latter failing to lead Spurs to victory in the Carabao Cup final against Manchester City. Nuno was then handed the role on a permanent basis after leaving Wolves, and will have plenty of high-profile decisions to make over the coming weeks and months. The immediate future of Kane is arguably the most pressing issue at Spurs, with the England skipper keen on leaving the club in search of a new challenge. City have been heavily linked with the 27-year-old's services, but Nuno is reportedly determined to keep hold of the forward for at least another season. It seems as though the 47-year-old is already planning his upcoming transfer business around Kane, with Ings being earmarked as the ideal candidate to partner the Walthamstow native in attack, according to The Telegraph. The report claims that Nuno is planning to operate a 2-up-top system next season in a move that will require the addition of at least one new striker over the summer. Carlos Vinicius failed to make a lasting impression during his time on loan at Spurs from Benfica, and will not be signed on a permanent basis ahead of the new campaign. Ings has instead been identified as the club's priority target after a series of recruitment meetings, with Chairman Daniel Levy understood to be a keen admirer of the Southampton man. The controversial 59-year-old attempted to sign Ings before his move to Liverpool back in 2015, and could well decide to reignite his interest in the player as a matter of urgency. It is said that Southampton would demand a fee of around £20 million to part ways with Ings, who has made it clear that he does not wish to sign a new contract at St Mary's Stadium. He will be a free agent next summer, leaving Saints with a dilemma over whether to cash in or risk losing him for nothing in a year's time. Ings contributed to more than 25% of his side's goal return in the Premier League last season, scoring 13 times and providing another 4 assists in all competitions. Meanwhile, former Spurs midfielder Jamie O'Hara recently declared that Ings would be a great fit in North London, suggesting that the move would represent a golden opportunity for the striker to redeem himself at a top club after a muted spell at Liverpool. "He had a terrible injury at Liverpool, but I think he's good enough to be at a club like that," O'Hara told TalkSport earlier this month. "I think if you can get Ings to Tottenham, if we go and lose Harry Kane and then spend a few quid on someone like him, I think he'd do great." Southampton gave him the platform to go and progress himself, but then you've got to weigh up the options. Is there more for me? Can I push on again? If you don't take that step, sometimes you can look back on it and regret it. You can never question a player turning down a contract and saying he wants more, to go to a big club. I think he's got the ability to play at a top club.